Yo, good morning. Happy Sunday. Sunday morning for you guys. What's going on? Hey, how's it? What's up? Say hi as you're coming in. Getting straight to the point. This is not gonna be a very long live stream, but getting straight to the point. Kazi, what's up, man? Good morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Gene, glad to see you here, man. Salute, shout out to you, bro. Um, okay. Sneed, what's up, man? Glad you're here. um, yeah, as the title states, they must be stopped. They must be stopped. The shills, they must be stopped. All right, it's ridiculous and getting out of hand. What's up, Kimon? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Who the shills? The ones that like to accuse people of getting paid. The craziest statements that's ever been made. Of course, in fact, I am referring to Sneed's tweet. Sneed's tweet pretty much got me to just get up on here on live and just kind of address this issue. Whereas, if you don't like what the content creator is saying, your ultimate, weaponry is to go on and accuse of being paid to support this, being paid to support that. It's ridiculous. It really is. You know, just because what you like and what you support seems to be going down the toilet, seems to be having some issues or whatever. People seem to be pointing out the things that are going wrong. You can you can share your thought. Like for those who really love T-Mobile and just can't handle the fact that when T-Mobile's in the spotlight for doing ridiculous things, they they get a little butthurt, which I mean I don't understand. First of all, why are you even loyal to any carrier? you know, why are you even loyal to any carrier? That doesn't make sense. That's like the dumbest thing in the world. Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to help people know what's coming their way. The carriers won't tell them until it's too late. Consumers have a right to know. They do. They do. There are way too many T-Mobile shills. Yeah, they are. It's a cult-like following. I mean, you know, I can only picture those T-Mobile shills wearing like a magenta robe with hoods and meeting by a campfire and talking about everything T-Mobile. What did you get for T-Mobile Tuesday? Hey, I got a rabbit's foot keychain with a pink T on it. You know what? YouTube community, you guys got to knock this crap off. I mean, you could disagree. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you can't disagree. You know what I mean? If you want to debate with the creator who's making the statements, debate the creator. But the thing I hate the most is when you're accused of taking payments. Okay, think logically here. All right. So Sneed, for example, is getting a lot of comments from these shills who are like, you must be getting paid good money from Verizon and AT&T. Think realistically here for a second. All right. Sneed's channel is a growing channel. Okay. It's growing good. He's almost at 12,000. If not, he's probably already past 12,000 subscribers. So he's making that climb up. But his channel is picking up steam from the last couple of years. He's been on YouTube for a while, but it's been rapidly growing quicker in the last couple of years. Put it in a perspective like this: if AT&T and Verizon wanted to pay somebody to try to influence the community to, look at them, go to them, trust me, okay, they're not gonna go and approach Sneed and pay him money to try and do that, right? They're gonna opt for someone that's got a massive amount of influence, a massive amount. And the way to go is to go through guys like MKBHD and all them to get them to say this type of stuff because they have over 1 million subscribers. They have over 1 million views on videos. So the logical sense to paying somebody to try and influence people would be to go the one that has the mass amount of following. All right. Sneed is a growing channel. Sneed has a good community, and that community is growing bigger and bigger and bigger by each week, by each month. But when he talks about the things that T-Mobile is doing, what they're doing to their customers, what they're about to do to them, money is not the influence that has this man doing it, and I'm validating that. Money is not the influence. I mean, literally right now, someone can go to Sneed and say, yeah, I'm gonna pay you $500 to totally abandon Android and say that the iPhone is the greatest phone in the world, and he's not going to bend. He's not gonna bend. He's not gonna go. He's still gonna have his stance on iPhones. You know, um, I know this. I've had conversations with Sneed outside of YouTube. We've talked a couple of times and just talk to talk. You know what I mean? I judge a person, um, by the things that I hear over phone because I haven't stood in front of Sneed as a person to see him in person. You know what I mean? But in all the times that Sneed has given out information, which, by the way, people, you got to remember, he doesn't freaking have to give you guys this information. He does not have to do that. Literally, Sneed could just talk about the technology build out of networks and talk about his experience with different phones that he has and do network speed tests. Anything that's coming down the pipeline that's going to be affecting consumers, he doesn't have to talk about it. And I know that's the craziest thing in the world. For any viewer, right? And it doesn't matter if they've never been to Sneed's channel before, they've never watched any of his live streams, they never watched any of his videos that he puts out every day. If you have a brain and you can logically think, then you just got to understand something. He doesn't have to do it. No. I mean, if you want to talk about that, oh, well, he's being paid by YouTube and all this other stuff, he's monetized or whatever. Okay. He can still talk about things. His videos are monetized. They get over 1,000 views. He doesn't have to give you guys the insight. That's the thing. He chooses to do that. And to try and help consumers understand what's going to happen. And look at his track record. His track record is amazing. He says, this is going to happen. X, Y, and Z is going to happen. Expect X, Y, and Z to happen. It's going to fall in order, X, Y, and Z. And everyone's like, no, it's not. It's not going to happen. You're lying. You're being paid by Verizon. All of a sudden, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, X, Y, and Z happens. Where are they when that happens? Because that's the thing. I follow Sneed's channel. I see the comments. I see people who talk about it. You're paid. You're paid by Verizon. Verizon's paying you well. This guy works for Verizon. This guy's a Verizon rep. This, that, and the third. Okay. when he says X, Y, and Z is going to happen, and X, Y, and Z is going to happen, where are you? Oh wait, they hide themselves in shame. They go into the dark, back into the dark trenches of the magenta pool that they're in, and they swim in there. And it's funny because the shills that's in that magenta pool swimming around, they think of themselves as sharks, but they're just tadpoles. They're just tadpoles. They're going to evolve into frogs. And every time when they're a frog, they're going to bump their ass when they hop. If Sneed says it, it's probably going to happen. Well, yeah, because you have, Sneed has a working team. He, I guess you could say, he's the face that runs the place. He goes on his YouTube channel and he calls it like that. X, Y, and Z is going to happen, right? So you got to give it to the unsung heroes that's hiding in the dark for very good reasons. But in their mind, they know that what T-Mobile is doing is wrong. So they come forward with information. We know this. We know that both Sneed, Carlos, and those involved are being watched by T-Mobile with the magnifying glass to try to find out how they're getting this information to the public before T-Mobile discloses it, right? We knew that was going to happen. So and then If you wonder why Snead gets a little upset, it's not like it's ruffling his feathers, you know what I mean? Snead can care less what the outside world thinks. It's not getting him upset in the fact that it's making him mad for some sort of drama beef or whatever. It disheartens him because here he is going out of his way to give you, the consumer, an idea of what to expect, what is going to happen. And the best you guys got to come up with is to accuse him of being paid. Throwing accusations to me is one of the things that I really tend to get annoyed with. And I always tell people, don't throw stones in a glass house. You know what I mean? And Snead is the example because he is the one that's going through this. But I see this happening everywhere. So don't just think that I'm like only focusing on Snead's channel. He is taking this type of hit from these, I'll call it weirdos, because first of all, you shouldn't even be riding hard for a company. As much as they go about to really just kind of go after people who say negative things about T-Mobile, they actually should be the ones getting paid. They should be trying to contact T-Mobile and say, hey, I'm on YouTube combating all these people that's speaking about your company and how your company is handling things. I'll ride for you. Pay me. I guarantee you, like, T-Mobile's not even going to reply back, So they're riding hard for a company that would not pay them to even ride hard for them. They are weirdos. Exactly. They are weirdos. They do it to a lot of people. They do it in the audio community. Oh, you don't like this particular brand of headphones, blah, blah, blah. You must be paid by their rivals to say that the sound quality is bad. It's always that. It's always money, man. It's always something tangible. Did it ever occur to anybody that some people just do things to do it because they want to? They're not doing it for something tangible like money. Infosystem seems to be the only tolerable shill. Shit doesn't make sense. I help people and they attack what I'm doing. They take personal shots at me too. Yeah, they go as far as that. It's stupid. It's very stupid. I think it's ridiculous. It has to be stopped. It freaking has to stop. Undeniably has to stop. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of seeing it, you know what I mean? And come on, Tang. Can't stand that dude. What dude? Can't stand me? Well, too bad. Well, I think today, you know what? People should come out with straight facts, right? If you want to go on someone's channel and you want to go and you want to say that they're lying about things or whatever, come out with facts. Come out with something that helps. Don't just say something like T-Mobile would never do that. You're being paid by Verizon, AT&T. Come with facts. That's the thing that I say. Yeah, just come with the facts. Accusations, for something tangible is just ridiculous. Attacking somebody personally, going after them personally is ridiculous. But of course, it's so easy to attack someone nowadays when you are behind a computer and a keyboard. It's so easy to just get those itchy fingers to start plugging away. They have to be stopped. They got to be. So who knows? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the reverse this. They start commenting, you're being paid. Shall people comment back and accuse them of being paid by T-Mobile? They must be being paid awesome by T-Mobile to come on here and accuse people of being paid. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? I'm one that advocates for free speech. You know what I mean? So, I mean, say what you're gonna say, but also don't get butthurt when the backlash comes and you get whipped. It happens. Yeah, they say I'm lying, and then the shit actually happens 2 weeks later. But they never come back to admit they're wrong or apologize for trying to assassinate my character. Right. They don't even have any honor. There's no honor. And obviously, you know, it doesn't surprise me that they don't have that kind of honor. It doesn't surprise me, you know. Um I didn't see that. They have a brand fetish. Uh he was wearing a gray hoodie. He's obviously on Dish Network's payroll. Oh man, yeah. Trust me. If Sneed was on Verizon or AT&T's payroll, I mean, first of all, Sneed is no dummy. He's not going to take petty cash to even do something stupid like that, right? He's going to make it count. He's going to make it worthwhile. He's going to make it to where he doesn't have to work again. Faceless cowards. I put it all on the line. They just complain about their. uh, yeah. Well, so that's the thing. I know Snead's not going to stop what he's doing. I know he's not. He's not going to back down on it. You know what I mean? I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that people go to that extent to do that. And a lot of content creators face that. A lot of content creators do face that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, some people make it apparent to remind me that I'm a Google person, and some have accused me of being paid by Google. I'm no idiot. If I'm gonna push for Google to try to influence people to do Google and Android and move away from iOS and Apple, believe me, I'm gonna make a deal with Google that sets me up for life and then sets up my kids for life. Like, yo, you guys want me to influence people? Okay, cool. Hey, guess what? For every month that I'm doing this, you all are gonna pay me like 50 grand. And I'm gonna start tucking that money away. So like, yeah, because it's hard work. uh Yo, my daily side, what's up, man? Uh this is the internet. Don't give credibility to Virgin Keyboard Warriors with their egg avatars. Yeah, don't associate the egg avatar with them because the egg avatar on Twitter was awesome. I should find that and make that my avatar. Definitely. But I mean, yeah, to be quite honest with it, it just I know that no matter what I say on this, no matter what I do, it's not going to change minds. It's not going to change hearts. It may change one, and if it changes one, then that's great. At least one person stop them and have them sit down and realize what they're doing, what they're saying, kind of back away from that kind of crap, you know? Because again, we all don't have to be here. We all don't. We don't have to be here talking about tech. We don't have to be here talking about the network news or any of that stuff. We don't have to. Like Snead could totally ditch talking about the network build out of 5G. He can stop talking about all the insight that he gets with T-Mobile, and he can literally just start talking about cars. What up?
Yeah. What's up, Tito?
Not much, man. I saw your tweet, and it got me going. I'm like, what?
Appreciate the invitation to come on, man. This platform. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, hey, they're coming at you with the accusations, man. I mean, you wear a red Adidas hoodie. That doesn't mean you support Verizon. I mean, there's no Verizon logo on it.
Right, but I do support Verizon's very consumer-friendly practices as of late.
You're right,
Hmm.
but they're not paying you to do that. That's my
No, they
choice.
can. Verizon as a company can go to hell. I don't care. I know that what they've been doing for the last couple of years has been a very refreshing, you know, thing to see in the consumer market. So I'm gonna celebrate that. You know.
Kickstarting your generational wealth.
Yeah,
Appreciate it,
John.
John.
Yeah, John's a good dude, man. John
Yeah,
don't play games, bro. John's, he's gonna call it like it is, bro. His opinions about some of these people, it's pretty spot on, man.
yeah. It's ridiculous. They accusations of being paid by a company to ride hard for them, and then they want to attack your personal character. It's like, dude, I know this is the internet. I know that there's going to be people who are like that, no balls. You know what I mean? but it's just like, really, like that's the best that you could do in life. Like, find something to do in life instead of like
Well,
typing behind a keyboard.
if I were them, I'd really hope they're getting paid because they look stupid. So I know I'm not getting paid. You know.
Oh, bro. Yeah, we all know that you're not getting paid. Trust me. If you were getting paid, then you wouldn't have to work. You would just, I know you would garner a hell of a good deal that'll help you live comfortably and not have to do anything.
It's crazy, bro. I know for a fact that there are T-Mobile employees who are paid hush money to not talk to me or Carlos. I know for a fact. So before we get into any type of who's getting paid and whatever, let's just talk about the ridiculousness of what this is, right?
Yeah.
You know, see that's the thing, man. I have no horse in this race. I'm not even an investor in these companies. I don't own shares or stocks. I'm not going to. It's a conflict of interest with the channel. You get what I'm saying, Tito?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a consumer of all of these networks and I access all of them. You know, I mean, what do you want more objective than a person who has a line on every provider?
Yeah. You do. I want to work for T-Mobile now. I want to see if they're going to pay me hush money.
Well, then
Like,
we're not gonna be friends anymore. You're gonna have to blacklist me, bro, and blackball me.
hell no. I'm just going to collect a check.
Yeah.
They said I couldn't talk to you. They said I couldn't text you.
No,
See?
yeah.
Yeah. They said I couldn't talk to you, and talking requires a phone to talk, but it never said I couldn't, live stream with you.
Right.
In order to pay me off, you're gonna have to be very specific because I'll find loopholes.
Come
So,
on, they do watch me, dog. What's up, Art Dog?
oh yeah,
My daily
yeah, we know.
side, John. What up,
Yeah, we know that they're watching you, man.
John?
They're
I look
watching you
like
with a
Little
magnifying
Red Riding
glass.
Hood, bro. Come on, bro. You're gonna question the masculinity? Come on now, dog.
The hell. But yeah, we know that they're watching you, man. Of course, obviously, and you know what? And it's a. I guess what pisses me off is because like you say what's going to happen, it ends up happening in a couple of weeks. But it's not just you because I mean it's apparent. We know there are sources. There are sources that are literally risking giving you this to give to the consumers. So it's like, you know, these people are just literally just like crapping all over the people who are just like, hey, this ain't right for the consumers. Let's get the word out. But they gotta keep themselves in the shadows to do it.
Right. Yeah.
They're crapping
There's
all over their heart.
there's a couple of I have like I have probably 6 or 7 sources within T-Mobile that keep me in the loop on certain things,
Yeah.
and each of them gets access to different information at different times. So they afford it to me just to let me know what's going on. So when I do a video, the goal is strictly to get information out to the consumer so they can make decisions moving forward. It's not about, there's no benefit and gain to me directly, other than the fact that people will want to watch my channel's content to stay informed. That's really
Yeah.
all it is as a benefit to me. But, like for the person, uh, like one of my sources, he he works for uh, T-Mobile on the consumer side, right? And
Yeah.
one of my sources works in a retail side, So I get these different angles, and it helps people know things sooner to allow them to pivot, adjust, know what's coming down the pipeline. Because when the consumer finds out 2 and 3 weeks later, it may be too late to make a change before things are kind of stuck in place, right? So
Yeah.
take like the video today. If you go to the TNX SIM card as a Sprint customer after November 1st, there's no going back to Sprint. You're now stuck on T-Mobile. So don't go to the store trying to be served by a T-Mobile customer care agent or retail agent, because if they open your account by putting in your cell phone number,
Yeah.
it's going to flag a SIM swip immediately. And the employee will get in trouble if they don't switch you to a SIM card. How about that, Tito?
Yeah, that's BS, dude. Forcing people
See,
to go over.
but they're telling me I'm a liar. And then here's the best part. They claim that they are T-Mobile employees and that I'm a liar and I'm making shit up. And then it happens and they never come back and they never apologize and they never admit they're wrong. See,
Yeah,
they don't know as much as I do because I'm getting information from management positions. I
yeah.
don't need look, I'm not trying to put anybody down, but I don't need what I don't even know what they call them. Who are the people that greet people at the doors, bro?
Let's call them greeters.
Okay, they're greeters. And I'm getting information from really, from management positions where they're given documented commands on what they have to do. Like they're
Yeah,
going to tell their entire team of 10, 15 employees, this is how these policies are going to play out. So but and then it's great, like, so then it happens 2 weeks after the fact. They don't come back and apologize. They don't come back and say Snead was right. They never do. They just want to say, oh, he's a liar, and then that's it.
yeah. That's the best that they got. And it's sad too when they come in and talk about I'm a T-Mobile employee. Like, so what? T-Mobile employees, you can work at the store as a T-Mobile employee as a salesperson on the floor. You're not going to get all that information until the time that the consumers are going to get the information, which is already too late.
We're talking about the same company, though. Their employees were coming to my channel to learn about the merger because they weren't telling them anything.
Yeah,
How are you
yeah.
going to
They
go
won't
to an
apologize.
external third party source for information about your company that you work for? Does that make any sense, Tito?
It doesn't make any sense, but you know what? Like, I validate that. I validate the fact that that's obviously going to be the best course for them. I mean, I've dealt with it personally myself. We weren't aware of things until Sprint was going to make things happen. All the management and above, they knew the changes coming months ahead.
But they
We
weren't
didn't know.
communicating it, right?
No, they would be like, they would take us off the phones and be like, you have to log into your thing and learn about this. And we get like this 15-minute slideshow that teaches us about the new thing of Sprint. And it's like, because it's launching in 2 days or in one day, they don't tell every employee up front like a month ahead. So these shows that come in and they want to, I'm a T-Mobile employee. You don't know what you're talking about. No, you got to understand you don't know what you're talking about because you ain't going to know until a day or two ahead.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, I'm not satisfied with one source. I have
Yeah.
multiple ones because what I can do is I can use them collectively and say, have you heard the same thing? Do you have this information? Can you confirm this? Once I get those confirmations, I know it's good because it's going to multiple people who don't know each other and are not even in the same region, right? So that means it's being corroborated from multiple places. When me and
Yeah.
Carlos, for example, when we discovered that Band 5 was going to be something of an like a AT&T and Verizon extended LT roaming agreement, I had that information in September. Carlos had it in October. We have two completely different sources who don't know each other, and we got that information at different times. So basically, we, for the most part, were able to confirm it in that way. Two different sources that don't know each other, and me and Carlos accidentally spoke on it to one another. Right? It wasn't even
Yeah.
like, yeah. So it's the same situation, bro. I'm not gonna put myself out there and put myself out on the line, and have my credibility questioned over something as silly as a SIM card swap. Why would I want to throw away my credibility over that? You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
bro? My sources have never let me down. Everything they've told me has eventually happened. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with Carlos's sources, bro. I know for a fact that there has been information that Carlos got a hold of. T-Mobile found out and changed course. They
Wow.
changed what they did because Carlos exposed it. We know. It's confirmed.
Yeah. It's not a joke, man. That's the thing. Those people, I don't know. I think, I mean, I
They
know they're going to continue to
the,
do that, but it's
the
just stupid.
crazy thing though, Tito. Okay, so you can be a fan of whatever you want. You can like whatever brand you want. it doesn't mean you should be trying to get in the way of people trying to to deal with what is the best situation for them. I'm not going to get in somebody's way for trying to find the best way for them to move forward. They were a Sprint customer. They didn't want to be a T-Mobile customer. If they wanted to be a T-Mobile customer, they would have went to T-Mobile already. They were
Yeah.
happy being a Sprint customer. So when I made that video, the goal, my mission, and I stated it very clearly. If T-Mobile coverage is not good where you are, chances are if you're a Sprint customer, the network must be better on the Sprint side. Be careful. Don't let them access your account. It's going to trigger. I forget the name of the thing, man. I think it's called an MBA or something. It's some kind of a trigger in the system that forces them to switch your SIM. And they can get written up if they don't do it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure, dude, on that thing.
Oh yeah. And that type
You know
of
who else I'm
thing
helping
happens.
there, Tito? I'm also helping the employees too, because now they know what's coming.
Yeah, they know it. They can figure out what they're gonna do, or what course of action they're gonna do, or how they're gonna handle things. That type of stuff does happen. If people think it doesn't, it does happen.
Tito, you know what the T-Mobile management is telling like the customer care reps and stuff? They're telling them don't look at coverage maps. They're telling them don't, because what's going to end up happening? Let's say somebody has Sprint, right? And they have the Sprint network access, old Sprint card, SIM card. If they go in and there's a trigger on their account, that MBA, that triggers a flag for them to get switched to the TNX, the T-Mobile network experience. If it triggers it, you have no choice. But here's the thing. The real way to do it, and this is what my sources are doing, bro, because they're good, genuine people. They'll ask you what zip codes, where do you live, and they'll look at the coverage map and they'll say, do not switch over to TNX because the coverage isn't there. You have better coverage with Sprint. You see what I'm saying? But the trigger, T-Mobile's saying, we've already done the homework, we've researched, we're selecting this customer to get TNX because it's going to help them. That's BS and it's lies. Because my source told me that 5 times over the weekend, a customer came in with a text message from T-Mobile saying, come in and get this new SIM card. Your network will be better. And when he looked at the coverage maps, no way. The network experience was going to be horrible on the new TNX.
Yeah.
But the MBA would have been triggered, and it would have forced him to have done it. And even in the freaking documentation, it says, do not engage customers in looking at coverage maps. Do not. You see what I'm saying? So they don't want them checking. So that way they trigger the MBA, and then they have to do the SIM card without them even looking.
What is the goal behind that? Like, what? Why?
Okay, so here's the thing, Tito. I'm not bashing anybody. This is T-Mobile's plan. That's what they want to do. It's their business. I don't care what they do. But the problem is this. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get everybody off of the Sprint network so they can decom the network and then start building out the T-Mobile network. Here's the problem. That's a difficult way to do it for customer experience. The real way to do it, T-Mobile doesn't want to spend the money doing it this way, obviously.
Yeah.
This is obvious by the way they're doing it. The real way to do it is to upgrade the T-Mobile network first, a little bit at least, and then start migrating customers over from the Sprint network because the network will be able to handle it. But see, that's the problem. They're trying to finesse it. They're trying to keep some capacity on Sprint while they're moving over T-Mobile Sprint customers to T-Mobile. Meanwhile, the T-Mobile network is struggling in places because of those customers. Right now, the best network on T-Mobile is the Sprint side. There's less customers and there's more capacity.
Right.
that's the crazy. There's 40 and 60 megahertz channels of band 41 not on T-Mobile but on Sprint. You see what? So the capacity is on this, and there's less customers on Sprint, half of them. So you have double the bandwidth and half the customers. You have 4 times the capacity on the Sprint network, but you're moving everybody to T-Mobile. So really the problem was they should have just migrated all the T-Mobile customers onto Sprint, and then rearranged all the T-Mobile shit, but they didn't want to do that, right? Because they're the A side, right, and Sprint's the B side. You see, that's a thing. That's a pride thing. You know what I'm saying? That's Papa Ray right there. But it's neither here nor there. I'm not here to attack their plan. I think their plan is wrong, but that's my personal opinion. But my personal opinion aside, this is what they've chosen to do. They're going to be dealing with this for the next 2 years. Sprint customers pissed. Yep. T-Mobile customers pissed. And this is the problem with migrating a network, and it has nothing to do with CDMA, and it has nothing to do with GSM. The next idiot that says that should seriously donate their body to science, bro. Seriously, bro. Do you know that like 99% of networks run over LTE now?
Yeah.
Like seriously, even T-Mobile, who relies on 2G for calling and stuff like that, still like 99% of the network traffic's over LTE.
Yeah. I think
GSM's not a thing anymore. Like CDMA is not a thing. They're decomming CDMA in December.
Yeah.
Completely. Like Sprint's CDMA is gone. The GSM is going to be done. They're decomming 3G. What the hell are these people talking about, bro? My video, if you look in the comment section from this morning, is loaded with CDMA and GSM talk. What the hell is wrong with these people?
They don't have a grasp to understand. They literally think that, if you're on Sprint, it's CDMA. Like even if you're connected to LTE, they think it's like LTE runs on CDMA. They don't understand, and they don't take the time to read.
They're not reading, I guess. Bro, we just spent the last decade getting away from 3G, and they're still talking about it. These people are psycho. They're morons. What's wrong with these people?
I don't know, man. CDMA hasn't even been a thing over the last year and a half or so.
When was the last time that a site was upgraded to CDMA? Like or upgraded to GSM? Like that's not a thing anymore. Everything's LTE based, right? Moving forward, it's going to be LTE modernization, and it's going to be 5G.
Right.
But we still have these conversations from these ignoramuses that just I don't know, man. The Earth is flat. It's got to be the same people. I don't know, dude.
It probably is, man. I don't know. Like CDMA is not even a thing, and that's what I laugh at when people bring up CDMA or GSM. Like, oh, it's CDMA. They got CDMA now. Like,
think about it, Tito. Think about Visible's network access. You know what it is, right?
Yeah, it's all LTE cloud.
What does that tell you about GSM and CDMA right now?
It's not even relevant with Visible. That's why they say, like, you have to have LTE connection in your area or it will not work. There's no fallback.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So this is what we deal with, bro. You try to help people. You get commentary about CDMA and GSM. You get commentary about, you're a hater and Verizon pays you. And, I spent a whole summer dogging Verizon, bro. They were throttling. Throttling my network access. I would hit my 22 gig soft cap, and then I'd be stuck at 40 megabits per second all day long. Never higher, never lower, just 40. It was just stuck. It was like that for like 4 or 5 months, bro. And I dogged Verizon, and I called customer care, and I put in tickets, and I filed an FCC complaint in the Better Business Bureau. I was saying that they violated the terms of their agreement. I fought them all summer, dude. This was 2018. Maybe it was 2018, or maybe it was last summer. I don't remember. I think it was 2018. So yeah, and AT&T, I mean, they're just straight up thieves, bro. I call it like it is, dog. They don't faze me, bro. These people, they're the ones that are paid. I'm not paid. They are.
Yeah.
They're the ones with a horse in the race. Not me, dude. I don't invest in these companies. I pay these companies for network access. I can say and do whatever the hell I want. I mean, these people, for the most part, I personally think what it is, they have some really strange, weird affinity for their wireless provider.
That is strange.
It's weird. And, honestly, like, I don't know. Maybe they feel like it's their civil duty to protect the smaller carrier. But the thing is, like a company like T-Mobile is no longer a small carrier, so they're not the underdog anymore.
Right.
So even that whole like underdog idea, that concept is over. They just tweeted a month ago, we're now the second biggest carrier and Verizon's next. They're calling out the big dogs. Well, okay, so now you got a target on your back.
Yeah.
The table's just turned. If you're as big a carrier as you think, and you're bigger than AT&T, bro, do you know AT&T generates like $80 billion a quarter as a company worldwide?
Wow.
You
That's
really
crazy.
think you're a bigger carrier than AT&T? I mean, and if we're just going to be honest, I mean, the numbers are there. It's already been tested. Verizon's got more than 70% of the country covered in LTE. AT&T's at like 68%. T-Mobile's at like 62%. So, I mean, if we're just talking facts, I mean, that's the size of the networks. But, I don't know. I mean, what do you want to argue? If we're talking national coverage, I mean, those are the numbers. If
Yeah.
things
They
are
don't
nice
they
where
don't
you
research
live,
numbers.
if things are nice where you live, good for you. Lucky you, bro. I can't watch a 480p video in my house.
Right. And them bitching and complaining about what you have to say is not going to change that aspect. I mean, you can still do a speed test on your T-Mobile line and it's still not going to perform.
Bro, you got people messaging me, emailing me, hitting me on Twitter. Sneed, I guess I'm going to leave T-Mobile, and I'm telling them not to. Because if everybody left T-Mobile, then we're all screwed. Because everybody on AT&T and Verizon is going to have horrible network access. We're going to get congested. And then how is that good for competition if we're only using two carriers?
Right. They
I
don't understand
tell
that
people all the
concept.
time, you use what you can afford and you use the one that works for you. What the hell do you care what I think? I just report the shit that comes into the news.
Yeah. They don't understand that concept, right? You can't have all your ducks in one pond.
Bro, if you want my opinion, show up to my live streams. If you want the facts, watch my videos. My live streams, it's a lot of commentary. But most of my videos, it's just the facts.
Has anyone had the balls to come on your live stream and post
They
a...
will never.
See, that's the sad thing. They'll
They
go to
will
your
never.
videos and say it. They won't go to
I'll
your
call him
lives.
out. I'll call him out right now, bro. And you never know. He might be watching. He's a bitch, so he might be watching. Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to call him out. I'm going to call him out by name because he still hasn't replied. He works for T-Mobile. So he shows for T-Mobile, which makes sense. That's okay. You work for T-Mobile. You want to show for your employer? Fine. Do your thing. Let me see where it is. Oh, it's this bitch right here. Can you see this?
Little bit. It's focusing in. Yeah. Okay. You're calling him out. You inviting him on to come to your live?
No reply. He won't. He won't.
Jeez.
Because here's the thing. Could you imagine being dragged through the mud in front of hundreds of people, calling you, all the things that you were calling me? They couldn't deal with that. You get what I'm saying? Like they couldn't stomach that. So for example, I've gotten millimeter wave to work inside the bakery. It works. It's not great. Like the signal decreases really, really bad. So what happens is instead of the speed being like 1 or 2 gigs per second, it's like 250, 300. The question is does millimeter wave work indoors? The answer is yes. We have videos doing it. Here's the thing. Millimeter wave does not equal Verizon. They hate Verizon. Therefore, because they equate millimeter wave with Verizon, they hate millimeter wave.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
They don't even have a brain, bro. They don't even have a half a brain to think to themselves, I can't distinguish millimeter wave and Verizon. Millimeter wave is a technology. Yeah. Verizon is a brand. They're so stupid. They can't distinguish millimeter wave and Verizon. They don't know how to do it. So my argument, not even my argument, my video that I showed, this is proof. I have the video. Yeah. I've done like 7 videos of millimeter wave working indoors. They can't handle it because I've done it. I tweet at Mike Sievert, no reply. Millimeter wave doesn't work. Here's a video. Have at it, bro. Here it is working indoors. No reply. See, because what I'm doing is real shit, real life,
Yeah.
and they live on Fantasy Island, bro. They're in La La Land. You know, like they're not on Earth. They're somewhere else, bro. They live on their own planet. Everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't drink Kool-Aid, bro. I drink water. I don't
Magenta
drink
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, bro.
Yeah, they're nuts, dude. I don't know how you could like associate a technology with a company, and just because Verizon pitches that their goal is to start with millimeter wave and work their way down, and everybody else is starting from the bottom and trying to work their way up.
But
They want to
Tito,
like
it's
crazy.
more about you doing what you have.
Yeah.
See, so there's no new spectrum other than millimeter wave. So Verizon's not going to sit around and do nothing. They're going to build out millimeter wave until they get mid-band.
Right.
What would you do? Would you just sit around and wait for mid-band and then just fall behind in everything? Of course
Oh,
not.
hell no.
See, and that's, they just don't get it though. Like their IQ, they can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Probably. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yep. Yeah, that's true. I can't, bro. Like honestly, I tested T-Mobile millimeter wave, and it's not good. Like it's textbook millimeter wave theirs, so it's really bad distance, and it needs to be line of sight.
Yeah.
Verizon's is different. Verizon doesn't need line of sight anymore. They're using beamforming technology, right? And it works indoors somewhat. Like their millimeter wave sucks. Verizon's actually pretty impressive. It's not perfect, but dude, it's evolving fast, and it's gonna be a force to reckon with. And
Mm-hmm.
once they get and once they get mid band with C band and they start deploying the CBRS here later on in the year, I mean, it's gonna be really good for customers, bro. It's gonna help. People are gonna have a lot better access. Tito, you're a visible customer. You'll be able to benefit from that.
Yep.
And that's what it's about. But they're so insecure that they can't see it that way. Me and you are consumer advocates because we're consumers.
Yes.
But they're so insecure. They think that their personal identity is wrapped in a brand.
Yeah, that's sad.
Like Tito, imagine this, right? Okay, so my whole life, I've always had confidence. Nothing phases me. I don't have anxiety. I don't have personal problems like with who I am, bro. I'm comfortable in myself, bro. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about me. And you see it when I walk, and you see it when I talk. I don't care. These people, they've chosen, this is their decision, to like create their own personal identity in a company that doesn't even know they exist. That's pretty damn sad, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So we're praying for them. We pray for them, man. We pray that they make it out okay. What else are you supposed to say, bro? It's Sunday. It's the day of the Sabbath or whatever. We pray for them, bro.
Whatever shall be, shall be. But I'll say this: if T-Mobile becomes the sinking ship, they're going down. They're not going to jump off. I will burn them if they start talking about they're jumping off to something else. But no. You guys rode for T-Mobile. You go down with the ship, Captain. That's where you go. You go down with them. This is ridiculous. Like all the things that they do, the things they bring up, and even to go so far as to bring up CDMA and GSM, like an outdated system that's like already replaced. It's obsolete. They just have to understand it's obsolete. CDMA dead. GSM dead. We're going as far as to identify millimeter wave with Verizon only. I mean, that's just ridiculous for them to attack it like that. It's gonna do wonderful things. I know that. You know what I mean? I've seen what it can do. It's going to do wonderful things. People are going to enjoy it. They're going to love their connections. They're going to be able to do more things. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about it, dude. That's what we kind of want, and that's what we kind of need. We need competition. We need it so that the carriers, when it comes to the network, they're all on level playing fields, so that way they can compete for the other stuff like
like mobile hotspot and tethering, and video access, and deep prio levels, or whatever the features and the add-ons and the perks are. We need them competing for that. We really don't want them being different when it comes to coverage. We need that to be identical.
Yep.
Because then they can fiercely compete for all the other stuff. And that way, nobody who lives in Colorado has a different experience based on their carrier. And nobody living in Arizona, has a different. So, like, your phone always works. But, hey, look, my carrier gives me Hulu. Oh, my carrier gives me Netflix. That's why I'm with them. You see, like, you can do stuff like that's really where we want it.
Yeah.
I think that conversation. I had this conversation with an engineer. The same conversation, Tito.
I'm just checking to make sure that aliens are not interfering with my signal. I want to make sure that the shills hear that, because that's the point that they seem to just not hear when we say that we want T-Mobile to do better. We want them to be better. We want the competition to be on an equal playing field. They seem to miss that entirely and just accuse you're being paid by Verizon or you're being paid by AT&T.
So that's it. When somebody doesn't like what you like, when somebody, is on a different level than you, like, we're not on the same page. So you're trying to shill for a company and I'm trying to inform consumers. We're in totally different worlds.
Right.
We're in conflicting worlds. I'm looking for truth. You're looking to mislead. That's really the opposition, Tito, is I'm trying to inform people and help them. They're trying to misguide and distract and misinform. You see what I'm saying? We're totally different animals and we're incompatible.
They're too big now. Yeah.
Yeah. When they got the approval from the FCC, that's it. When the DOJ and the FCC approved the merger, that's it. It's all in with T-Mobile and Sprint now. They can't lose. They can't go bankrupt.
Right. But we do want them to do better. I mean, if they completely had done a 180, switched up their act, started network deployment, started finding ways to raise capital so they can have the money that they need to build out their network more, be able to bring that network capacity up where it literally contends against Verizon and AT&T on an equal field. If they did all that, you wouldn't be hearing none of this stuff of what they're intending to do to the consumers, because that's really all you're doing is bringing up info that's going to screw the consumer. They need to know this is why your connection is all of a sudden dropped, why you went from having 4 bars to 2 bars, those types of things. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, I can't use T-Mobile as a primary carrier right now as the network stands.
Yeah.
But it could be in a couple of years. I could. Right. Yeah. I mean, the network has to get better, but I mean, who's to say that I wouldn't use them later when the network improves? But as of right now, I can't.
Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing that people understand, is that they can. I'm not telling anybody to leave any carrier, dude. I don't tell anybody to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what people do with their money, bro. I don't care what people do with their money. I don't care what people do, with their network access, what they buy and what they spend. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, they're too blind to the fact, and that's what the silliest thing is again, I just can't fathom that, you know what I mean? Like for a long time, I talked a lot about Google Fi and shared my experience with them, and I shared my experience with them, and I shared what people wouldn't know about Google Fi, because Google Fi is not a company that people are, that's sought after. You know what I mean? Like, everyone knows T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon, right? They've been around for a long time. Google Fi is not on people's radars. I talk about them, but my thing was never to tell anybody that you have to go to Google Fi. Like, no, and those shows miss that point. When you're telling what T-Mobile's about to do, you're not saying get off T-Mobile, switch to AT&T, switch to Verizon. And you even said it on here, on this live stream, that you're not telling people to do that. And besides the fact that you're just trying to help the consumers out there, the biggest thing, and we've joked about this in group live streams and stuff like that, when people will be like, yeah, switch to Verizon, and you'll jump back and be like, no, stay away from Verizon, is because, yeah, when you put too much ducks in a pond, there's not enough room to swim. You understand that it has to be spread out. There has to be ducks in the AT&T pond, in the Verizon pond, in the T-Mobile pond, in order for those ducks to have space to move around. That's how it works. Same, another analogy used is a highway, right? If there's 3 highways going in the same direction, you don't want everybody on one highway going in that direction, because traffic jam. You're bumper to bumper, moving every 3 minutes to 5 minutes, like, about half a foot. You don't want that type of traffic. You want smooth, steady traffic. So if people can be on Highway 1, some will be on Highway 2, some will be on Highway 3, traveling down on a 5-lane highway, you'll be reaching your 75, 80 mile an hour speed limits. Or most people will actually just go like, 100. People don't really follow the highway, speed limits, but still can't jam everybody on one 5-lane highway going in that direction. Traffic jam.
That's right.
That's the best analogy I can give. That and the ducks in the pond.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it becomes a bottleneck effect. I mean, there's only so much bandwidth available on this particular carrier. We've seen that happen in certain places where, Verizon's got a lot of coverage and they're really the only reliable carrier in the area. So then what happens is these towers get overloaded, and then as the towers overload with too many users, the trouble comes with congestion. So if AT&T and I'm just using the example of Verizon having the coverage in the area, we could switch the table around. We could say that, let's say AT&T has the best coverage in an area. They upgrade several tower sites. They build a couple new ones. Well, if everybody has AT&T, well, then even though AT&T has the most towers, it may still get congested. So the question becomes, what was Verizon and T-Mobile not doing? The fact that everybody's on AT&T is because the other 2 carriers are not doing their part there.
Right.
So we can't have that, because that creates, situations where you have to choose a carrier based on coverage, which is not good. You should be choosing your carrier based on customer care, based on features, based on add-ons, perks, benefits, discounts, possibly, plans and pricing.
Right.
Coverage, bro. I mean, there needs to be a certain amount of coverage just by law. If you think about it, like, to be called a carrier that's able to, connect people across the country in times of emergency, like, what is a cell phone really for? Like, what is a phone truly for? It's about making contact in times of need. If we're going to bring it down, like, to the very nitty gritty, like, it's become a necessity for productivity, and it's become necessary for people's incomes. But what it still is at the end of the day is it's still a primary communication device.
Right. Yep. Primary communication device that's mobile. So,
right.
Yep. You don't have to be tied down to a house or, a street post or something like that, like payphones or whatever. You can be anywhere.
I want to thank you for having me on, bro. I want to thank you for giving me a chance to kind of say my piece. They're not going to phase me, bro. I continue to do what I do. My heart's in the right place.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to help people, bro. It doesn't phase me. I find it entertaining and funny of the things that I'm accused of, but it's coming from people without the capacity to think for themselves. And, they're misguided. They're misinforming people. They're sad people. I'm good, bro. My life is good, bro. I have a wonderful family. I'm confident in what I'm doing is a good thing, bro. I'm a school teacher. I got no concerns in this world, bro. Life is good. We're alive and we're doing well. We're fine. They're depressed. They're
sad.
they're the ones. We're praying for them, bro. That's all. We're praying for them. Believe me, I'm not even mad at them. They have personal issues. I can't be mad at them. They got to work through it. They're the ones that have to live it. I'm good.
We'll bring them to Dr. Phil.
Yeah. They can hang out with that one girl, bro. Bad Baddie or whatever her name is. How about that? Catch me outside.
Oh, man. God. Yeah. bro. But yeah, no, it was a pleasure having you on, man, and letting you say your piece, and just trying to analyze, and we shouldn't be having to straighten all their noodles out for them, but we did anyway. So if they can't take that, I don't know what they're gonna take.
I don't care about them, bro. They can go to Reddit and have a fun little circle jerk. I don't really care, bro. Thanks, Tito. Appreciate you having me on, dog.
Bro, yep. Have a great day, bro. Take it easy, man.
Here, man. I'll be in the chat listening in, bro. I'm gonna jump in the shower. I got some things to do. Thank you.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man.
Later.
So y'all heard it from the man himself, man. He pretty much broke it down, and for the shills, this is not to like straight up attack. I know we poke fun at the things. I know we say some things here. You know what I mean? And that's just because we're trying to understand your mentality, why you ride for a company that's not even paying you. Like the amount of work that and I'm talking to the shills, that you put in to defend T-Mobile on YouTube and Reddit and on Discord and all these other places that people talk about this. The amount of work that you put in, you should be paid. You should be collecting a paycheck. You should be getting a W-2. You should be filing your taxes, doing what you're doing. Because if you're not being paid, then seriously, what the hell are you doing it for? I try to put myself in their shoes to try to understand a little bit about them. You know what I mean? And I think that when somebody talks about the things that T-Mobile's doing, that's bad for consumers. I think they get a sharp pain in their heart that tears their eye up, and their eyes start to well up a little bit, and then they get the sniffles. And yes, I'm poking fun at you shills again. Y'all get the sniffles, your eyes well up, you start tearing out, and some sad ballad starts playing in your head, and then you start going to war with people. Look, we're all on here, and we don't have to be here. Okay, we don't have to be here. We don't have to be doing this. Again, I'm going to reiterate that Snead does not have to give out any information that he is getting that's credible information, because you heard it. This is how he fact checks it. He doesn't always go from one of his sources to the other source and say, have you heard this? Sometimes by talking to one source and getting told something, and then talking to another source that doesn't know the first source, and that second source happens to bring up the exact same thing that the first source said. Those are his ways of validating. And he says he has a lot of them. They're in management. And management is where we're going to say their actual positions. We're not even going to throw that out. We're not trying to give breadcrumbs to T-Mobile to figure out who it is. You know what I mean? This is a thing that's helping T-Mobile customers. Again, do we want T-Mobile to succeed? Yes, we do. I just said it a couple of streams ago. I'm back on Google Fi. I have Fi and Visible. I just told people that this new deal that Google Fi has with the 2-year upgrade, starting with the Pixel 4a. I just did that. My wife ran her credit for that, and I just did that, and I'm getting a Pixel 4a, and it should be here probably by November 4th. And then, I'm not really going to do an unboxing. I'll unbox it on a live stream just to unbox it, but I'm not going to do like a focused, dedicated unboxing video for it. I already have one, but I'll be able to talk more about the Pixel 4a and give more insight from my perspective. I gave you all my wife's perspective about a phone, and she's not a techie like that. I mean, she listens to what I have to say about mobile technology. She remembers the things that I talk to her about, because her employees at work, when they bring up about iPhones and Android, and she talks to them, and they trip out, and they think that she's like this techie nerd. And it's just because all the things that she's heard from me and learned from me. And then she just goes out there and helps her employees fix their phones and stuff like that when they run into issues. She troubleshoots for them. She's already tech support, tier 1 tech support. It's insane. But yeah, I'm back with Fi. So I need T-Mobile to do better. All right. I know T-Mobile is going to work great in certain areas. T-Mobile pretty much has it on lockdown. I mean, I see people post all the time, getting like 200 megabits down on LTE, getting like 50 to 60 on the uplink. All right. So this is my Pixel 3 on Google Fi, right? So, it is an older phone, but not superly old. Hold on, clear all these notifications out, and then boom. Okay, this is what I'm getting here. I'm inside my apartment. It's I don't know how much metal they use to construct this 4-year-old apartment, but that's my download speeds. That's my upload speeds. Okay, it's actually doing good today. That's been doing good a little bit, but it's around there, 27 and 20 on the uplink. It's been like that ever since the two towers that's near the freeway nearby me has been upgraded, and they actually have band 71 on it now. So prior to this, I was getting maybe like 15 down and like 8 or 9 on the up. Now I'm getting 27 down, 20 on the up. Is that comparable to like other places where people have T-Mobile and they're pulling like 100 down? No, it's not comparable. I wish I had the 100 down and maybe like the 40 or 50 up. I'll take that. But here's the thing. I need T-Mobile to work. I've said this before. I need T-Mobile to work good. All right. One of the things I have noticed is that lately in my city with Google Fi, I've been picking up band 41. I've shown videos that I connected to band 41. I'm picking that up here. So, I mean, they are doing things. T-Mobile will get better. Okay. If you get butthurt, because myself, a lot of my friends that's here in the chat, because we talk, who doesn't? I mean, today people talk shit all the time. You can't handle it? Like, that's the question. You can't handle it? Because I'm pretty sure you being a shill for T-Mobile, you probably talk shit about Verizon when Verizon probably popped that deal about getting, getting the Hulu and Netflix, not Hulu, but the Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, getting that triple header. I'm pretty sure that you, and I'm talking to you, the T-Mobile shills, you guys went on around talking shit, saying, and I'm probably sure I'm close to accurate on this quote. They're so in line with T-Mobile, they copied T-Mobile, they went and got Hulu to go up against T-Mobile and Netflix. I guarantee it. Rather than saying, hey, Verizon, that was pretty cool. You guys did something very similar to what my company's doing, what T-Mobile's doing. You guys went and got Hulu, Netflix. Why I keep saying that? Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus, like we have Netflix. They didn't celebrate that. You shills talked shit about it. So you can't get butthurt, can't get all up in your feelings, just because people that understand that what T-Mobile is doing is wrong want to point that out. Your eyes you don't let your eyes well up. Don't feel that sharp pain in your heart. Don't start crying. Don't start getting mad and then getting to your keyboard and smashing away. Bro, you know what? There is one victim in all this that nobody has pointed out. One victim, and I feel so sorry for it. And thank the holy Jeebus that this victim is not a living person. It's an object. And that is the keyboards on your computer. The second victim is your screen on your smartphone or tablet that you're smashing away at while trying to type these spiteful comments, because you are crunching them pretty dang hard. And it's sad. And yes, when we say you need therapy, you probably do need therapy. You probably need to talk to somebody, a shoulder to cry on to, just kind of like say, like, Mr. Sneed said that T-Mobile was going to do this and I can't handle it. Right. You can't handle it. You know what? Like, for the shills out there too, just so you guys don't start thinking like, oh, well, Tito's just being biased and he's probably paid by Google Fi. And dude, I wish. My sister uses T-Mobile. My older sister, she has a plan on T-Mobile. When I talk to her about T-Mobile, whatever I learned from Sneed's live streams when he kind of gives out information about what T-Mobile is about to do, I pass that information on to my sister. I pass it to her, not to force her away from T-Mobile, but to help her understand how to avoid things like this. This whole thing. They weren't Sprint customers before. They weren't part of the merger coming in. They've been T-Mobile customers before the merger, right? So they don't have to worry about that SIM card switch. But other things that T-Mobile intends to do, like when they were talking about trying to push people away from grandfathered plans, I had told my sister that already. She's well aware of it. None of them are going to be upgrading to new phones. None of them are going to be doing any major changes to the account that would even warrant the conversation for a T-Mobile rep to say, hey, you're on an outdated plan. In order for you to make this change, we got to put you on our new Magenta Plus or whatever it's called plan. I help my sister stay ahead of the game so she can keep her T-Mobile lines because she really likes T-Mobile. She likes what she's getting from T-Mobile. She likes the amount of lines she has, the amount of lines for her tablet, the amount, what she has for her car. She has all that stuff going for her with T-Mobile, and she pays a bill that she is okay with paying. I say okay. I'm not going to say she's happy with it, because if you can make your bill lower, then of course you're going to be happier with the lower bill. So then you're not technically happy with the bill that you have. You're okay with it. So before any shows think that, I'm trying to push people away from T-Mobile or, no, I have a family. It's not just my sister. It's her entire family that's on T-Mobile. It's a family plan. And, she's got a sizable football team for the NFL. I mean, I do, I was always hoping one day me and my kids and my wife and her husband and her kids, we can meet up on the football field and play football and actually have enough to play full contact. But that's a totally different topic. Look, to be real, first of all, if you're writing for CDMA or GSM, freaking understand that is an obsolete system and it's dead. You have been on LTE for years, and that's only what you've been connecting to, and only been connecting to CDMA or GSM as a fallback when LTE was spotty or non-existent. But it's not like that today. CDMA and GSM is dead. It's not that you're on GSM and LTE just boosts your signal. You're not on CDMA where LTE just boosts your signal. No, LTE is the signal, and CDMA and GSM is dead. Stop talking about it. Stop using that in arguments. Stop saying, whatever. It's not. It's irrelevant. You need to get with the times. But for those shows out there, let me tell you this. I'm 38 years old. Okay. I'm pushing close to 40. But I read all the time. I search answers to this stuff. I go online, I read, and I don't just believe the first source that I read. I find opposing articles and read what they have to say from that source. I read. When it comes to learning about I'm reading an ebook about 5G just so I can keep up with a lot of the terminologies and kind of understand the direction where it's going. My dating side, I am 38. I was born 1982. I am 38 years old. I am close to 40. 2 more years. Right, babe?
What?
How old am I? Say it louder, please.
38.
Thank you.
I was like, what? I was listening to music. That's why I'm like laughing.
Oh.
I was hiding with my friends.
Your friend? So 4G will soon be gone, and only LTE and 5G now. That is the plan. That's what we're trying to tell people. That when 5G is nationwide, like actually nationwide, like how LTE is built out, when 5G is built out that way, you will be on 5G. You'll have the 5G logo. And when you go to an area where 5G is not that strong, it will flop down to LTE. There will be no 3G going forward. It'll be like, so what's that mean? Well, that's kind of good news for some people. I mean, to an extent, right? Because, when you fall back to LTE is still good, right? Most of us are still using LTE today. And you guys are getting, decent speeds with your LTE service. You guys are able to stream YouTube. It may not be at 4K resolution, maybe at 1080p at times, maybe, at 480p DVD quality. You guys are still able to stream YouTube and watch live streams from your favorite content creator. I was playing. That was a joke. Don't get all butthurt and in your feelings and be like, you're not my favorite content creator. Like, I know. I try. But you guys are able to play your games, whatever game you're playing, PUBG, Call of Duty, Angry Birds, Candy Crush, Dead by Daylight. I like playing that. All right, dog. I'm on LTE right now. Yeah. Wow, I learned a lot. Subwoofer 15 in the live and 11 live. Hit that like. Oh yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it, Woofer. So that is why when on text now with 4G, there's no data. Only works on LTE. Your text now service, that's not the free one, right? Where you get unlimited talk and text for free. I really got to get on that and get SIM cards for that. But anyways, everybody, I do want to thank everybody for it's the free one. Okay, yeah, the free one will make no connection to any I mean, it's weird. You can like pull up web pages. I've done this when I had a phone connected to Text Now with the free plan, where they actually activated the phone and not reliant on Wi-Fi, and I was able to pull up small web pages on Chrome. So like if I Google searched Walmart, it would pull it up. If I Google searched, the news, it would pull it up. But when you try to get into stuff like, YouTube and things like that, even from the Chrome browser, then that's where it'll fail. For one of my buddies, he only gets 3G through AT&T or US Cellular. Carriers need to focus more rural. They do. That's where they should be at. I've never tried Text Now. Well, I mean, it's I think it's still utilizing Sprint. Whatever Sprint network is still available across the United States, then Text Now utilizes that. Otherwise, it utilizes T-Mobile, since they are merged. Yeah, on Siri don't work, but when I download a Google Assistant, the free data, it works. Yeah, it's just the amount of data capacity that it will draw to be able to. So it's like, I guess I would consider it like an emergency thing, right? So like if you had Text Now, you're on the free one, that's not Wi-Fi dependent. If you were in an emergency, like you needed to find like a tow truck driver's number, you'll be able to like search that on your browser and find the nearest tow truck driver to tow your car from the highway to a repair shop. I think it's just for that. That doesn't require a lot of data usage, right? Opening up, a page on, Google search is like, it's just kilobits. It's not megabits. So I don't think they're too concerned about that. And I think that's the only access to the network that you have with Text Now. And I think also just because Text Now, I don't know if I gotta research it, but I do believe Text Now does use like voice over LTE. I have to double check on that. But guys, I do got to bounce out of here. Been up here for an hour. I want to thank everybody for coming in to listen to what I have to say. If you're one of the shills and you get butt hurt, your eyes start welling up, your heart starts feeling pain, seek therapy. Dr. Phil, go on there. You need help. I would just really say this, like, to be honest, give the middle finger to all these companies, not just T-Mobile, to Verizon, AT&T, to Dish, to Google-Fi. Hell, screw them all. Because we pay them for the service that they say they're going to provide us. They need to honor their side of the commitment as we're honoring our side of the commitment by paying our bills on time. So that's the realness of it. Stop riding hard for these companies because they don't care about you. None of them do. I'll leave all the shields with this as proof. If you wholeheartedly believe that T-Mobile absolutely cares about you, like absolutely does, okay? Whether it's true or not, convey to them that you're going through a hard time. Convey to them that it's super, super tough, and see if they will give you 6 months free of service to help you out. I already know what the answer is going to be to that, but I'm just saying, because the real thing is none of these carriers care about you. They don't give a damn. They never have, and they never will. The only thing they do care about with their slick little cheesy smiles, and I'm not just saying T-Mobile's that way, Verizon and AT&T's that way. The only thing they care about with their slick little smiles is that you pay them money. That's it. Thanks for peeping it. Yes, I'm doing another live stream tonight on the second channel, which is an open talk. Caleb and Gene and several other people are going to be joining, and we're going to openly talk. And I invite you guys to the second channel to watch that live stream later on. But I'll forewarn you right now, if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. So that means that if you guys can't handle what we're going to be talking about, if what we believe in is something that you don't believe in, don't come. because you're only about to have headaches, all right? Because in my second channel, that live stream, everyone has a right to say what they want to say. They can openly say what they want to say. But they also have to understand they're not going to shut anybody else down from saying what they want to say. It's going to be said. So if you can't handle that, then being on that live stream is not for you. Thanks so much for checking it out. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to my lovely wife over here for allowing me to live stream this long. Shout out to Sneed for coming in and sharing insight and sharing his thoughts about what's going on. And I appreciate him allowing me to kind of discuss what he shared on Twitter, which brought this one up, right? Share this across social platforms so other people can listen to this and really get something out of it. I'm talking too much. I'll let you guys go. Hashtag ADHD, first world problems, because that's me. I keep talking. Y'all take it easy. See y'all later. Aloha.